Come join me on my podcast. Today, on our podcast, we got a special guest,
Hello, everybody.
Piero. Welcome back, first of all, to listen to the river flow.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me.
So, Piero, man,
Yeah,
this is your spot?
this is my spot right here.
It's your spot right here. You grew up as a Gainesville native and ACR, as you called him.
Yeah.
Tell me about this spot, man.
Well, this spot has a lot of history to me. I love being in nature, and I think about this spot specifically because of how random it is. I mean, think about this. What caused this tree to fall precisely over a nice body of water, which you guys can't see, but we can see it, and let me tell you, I mean, it's beautiful. What do you think?
I love it. I think for me, when we were walking down the trail to find this tree trunk laying over this river, you know, Piero mentioned that let the silent fill the void. And just through that, where I was laying here looking up on the sky and the sun beaming down on my face, I was just hearing the birds and the sound of the river, which maybe you can hear faintly in the background. The rustling of the wind, of the leaves, all of that. And I just, it grounded myself and made me feel in the presence, and listening to those sound that we don't even notice
Yeah.
when we're busy with other stuff in our lives. But when you really take a moment to sit down and relax and just absorb and just being an observer, you see a whole different world.
Yeah, and I like how you mentioned allowing space for silence. I think that's a lot of people that are watching can agree that we don't allow space for silence anymore in our day to day. I mean, I once heard a quote and it said, "A wandering mind is an unhealthy mind."
Wow.
And I think it's become so common in our society where we're just going back and forth between things. Our phone dings. We flinch automatically to look at our phones. It's crazy what happens when you just stop,
Exactly. You stop and you listen.
Yeah. And I think that's how our minds are programmed to actually be, is,
Yeah.
you know.
Because we're definitely, when we were born, we were not physically built for all these different stimulations.
Yeah.
And when we're thrown into a world where there's so much technology and things happening around us, our brains are not equipped for it yet.
Yeah.
Maybe in the future it will adapt and develop, but right now our attention is limited in what we can give. So with so much stimulation, at times, because there's so much, you can't focus on anything at all.
Yeah.
And that's why it's important to take the time out of the day to really just being in the present and focusing on what's happening right now, and then just focusing on that stimulation and not getting distracted by others.
Yeah. And it's hard because we're constantly being fed this information, but sometimes the best thing that you can do is just disconnect. Just turn it off. And it's hard. It's hard. We can all agree that it's hard on those days where you've had a long day and the first thing your brain wants to do is just scroll.
Yep.
And get that extra dopamine and numb your mind from the exhaustion and the tiredness. But sometimes the hardest decision is to just turn it off, man. It's a hard decision.
It's easier said than done to be able to turn it off, because even when you're not looking at your phone and you're sitting there with your mind is thinking about other stuff. So it's hard to really just turn that switch off. But it's something that can come with practice when you're being mindful, when you're just focusing in the present. But it's hard, and it's a skill that you can develop if you practice.
Oh, yeah. It's all about practice, right?
Practice.
Nothing is ever perfect or good to perfect if we don't practice, right? That's how life is. It's a tennis match. You might lose one point, but you got to focus on the next point,
Exactly.
You haven't lost the round. Maybe you lost that point, but you got to focus on the next point that's coming.
1000%.
And that's today's podcast. I think is a good. We can name the theme as. What would you say? Just turn it off.
Just turn it off. I like it.
Just turn it off.
Just
Sometimes you just got to turn it off. Allow yourself that space, guys. You have to make that conscious decision for yourself. Nobody's gonna do it for you. Your phone's not just gonna turn off by itself. Those notifications are always gonna come. These things are designed to keep you hooked.
Yep.
They're keeping you hooked. So just turn it off.
Turn it off. And one thing I just add to that is notice stuff. Notice stuff around you. Notice a fallen tree across a creek that you would have ignored and didn't even see if you were not turning it off.
Yeah.
Notice the birds chirping. Notice the leaves rustling. Notice the sun beaming down your face. Just notice those things and turn it off.
Be curious about them.
Be curious.
Yeah. Notice them and be curious.
I think it's a good ending point. Come back for our next episode. Listening to the river speak.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate this.
Appreciate having you. Do this again.
I'll go this way.
I'm gonna go this way.